Okay. All right, I am starting to get this going, so just be patient with me if you happen to pop in. Okay, I just need to post this in a couple of places. Okay, so we're just going to give this a couple of minutes. It's 10:27 right now, so we'll see when and if anybody chooses to join us. If not, then this will be live and stay on the YouTube channel until such time as you are able to watch it. I want to make sure to do this every morning so that those of us who are waking up, starting to participate in the course for the day, have an opportunity to hear from me exactly what the expectations are for the day, in terms of what you should be able to complete, in terms of what you should be able to submit, how to submit it, and so on. Please remember that you are going to be seeing EDSB and Google Classroom from my perspective, which is not exactly the same as the perspective that you'll be seeing on your end. So it might look slightly different, but I'll try my best to talk through it. So as you can see, I am streaming using OBS, which is the same platform that all of the big YouTubers use, or a fair number of them anyway. Got the fancy fire going on in the background, got the text on the bottom, got myself up there in the top left corner. If any teachers end up watching this, OBS is a free software that allows you to play around with how to set up exactly what you would like to be portraying and putting out there. And generally, it is pretty straightforward. So let's see if I can add something to this. Enter. Can I enter down? No. Type something into chat to say hello. All right, let's see if I can make this font a little bit smaller. All right. You good? All right, cool. All right. All right, that is not right. Okay, do this. I'll just do that. Chat to say hello. Okay. So, if you, all right. I'm glad that Owen's here. At least we know that it works. That's good. I'm not by no means a streaming expert of any sort. Can you let me know how the volume is, Owen? Am I coming through okay? I can pick up my fancy microphone and say, good evening. Well, except it's not evening. Good morning. Welcome to my basement. I'm currently sitting on the floor outside the bathroom. I am trying my best to not only run my own classroom, but to help my kids get through their virtual school. They've been working hard all morning, and so they are currently watching YouTube and playing on their Switch. So, it's a good day so far. right, I'm glad the volume is good. So on another day when my wife isn't working in her office, which is in the back of my video arcade, I will show off some of my collection on one of these streams if you'd like. But just giving it a couple more minutes before I start going through all of the ins and outs of what exactly is going on today in grade 10 applied English. I hope that everybody's having the opportunity to, or having no difficulty getting through the material. There should be no surprises so far. Just trying to get this set up a little better. Okay. I don't think I have a future in streaming. I think that I'm decently good in person. Not sure I'm nearly as interesting on camera. Okay. So it says that I have 6 concurrent viewers. So if you are currently watching the stream, click on the live chat and type hello or good day or something in the chat box so that I know you're out there. Owen and Cameron, I can see you. Cameron Lewis, hope everything's good. But once I start filtering through the different parts of the course, the live chat won't be in front of my eyes for a little bit, so please be patient if I don't get to your questions or your comments. Hi Kendra, glad you made it. Hope it's coming through okay. All right, guess I don't need Twitter open anymore. Okay, so I'm hopeful that the live chat will record live comments as well as later comments, so we'll be able to keep track of who exactly has been interacting and all that. So I'm going to start with EDSB. So I'm going to be flipping over here for a second. Okay. So again, if you recall that this is from the perspective of me, so it is going to be perhaps a little bit different than what you see. Okay. So as you can see over here, the teachers that are listed, there's myself right there. There's Madame G right there, who is my coverage teacher. And then I've also marked Leanne's name down there as well. Leanne is the CYW that you may have seen in our course on occasion. She's worked with some specific students in our class, a few more than others, but that doesn't mean that she wouldn't be helpful to whoever might need a hand with something. If you can see here, when I highlight over everybody's names, this little window pops up and it has send message right there. So you certainly can send a message to whoever it is that you would like to reach out to. Madame G will be around more in the afternoon, typically past 1:30. So if you would like to reach out to her for any assistance, she's absolutely there. And obviously, if you send Leanne a message, I'm going to remind her that she should be checking her EDSB messages on occasion. I don't know how often she does, but it is the easiest way for everybody to get in touch. Okay? So really, I'm not posting a lot of things in here. I can't click on the gradebook book in front of everybody because it would bring up everybody's marks. I do need to go through the gradebook this evening and update it with a few other things because I feel like there's a couple of marks that are missing from people. But for the most part right now, don't redo anything. I do have a paper record of all the things submitted by hand before we left. So we'll have the opportunity to go over it. But if there's anything in the gradebook, I will still be using this gradebook as a means to track the work that's being completed now. So please feel free to check in there once in a while for purposes of connecting with the course. Okay. I'm always going to be posting messages here on the stream in the classroom in the morning, right? So we have links to the Google Classroom. We have positive messages about trying to just get through this and be ready. And then I will be posting the daily schedule here, but I'm also going to get in the habit of sharing it also on the stream page of the Google Classroom as well. Okay, and this is also where I will make sure to post any YouTube stream links as well as any Google Meet links so that everybody knows exactly where they're going and when. Okay, but as far as EDSB goes, EDSB is just a real simple place to start your day to figure out exactly where it is that you wish to be. Okay, and so I'm just going to quickly check the chat. Okay, no changes so far. Okay, so the Google Classroom, though, is where I think we're going to be spending most of our time. All right, so in the Google Classroom, we've got this stream portion here at the beginning. Okay, it is where basically I'm going to be posting any messages around, again, where the links are. Okay, so for example, there's the YouTube link right there. I don't know where you followed it to get to see me, but that's where I'll be posting it. But for the most part, the classwork section is the part where we will be living the most. Okay, so I work with Google Classroom a little bit differently than perhaps a typical teacher. I like having as few items in there as possible. And so I will, rather than repeat and copy and recopy them, I will just tend to move them around. So if you notice, originally January 4th was at the top, but I've now moved January 4th down here, and it only has the First Stone notification there. And instead, you have this thing called All First Stone Chapter Questions Attached. Okay? So this tab literally has every single chapter question work for the rest of the book listed in there. And when we come to tomorrow, I will take this tab and I will pick it up and I will move it to the next day. So this one is always going to be there. And this is just a notification to say as to where you are supposed to be in the book today. So you're supposed to be at chapters 14 or 15. Okay? You also have your ISU planning materials in here. And starting on tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to specifically start listing out by name exactly which ones that you should be working on. So as you can see here, we have the rubric, we have examples of covers, we have examples of table of contents, editor's notes, how to write a magazine article, print advertisement, feature articles, and so on. So your basic to-do list, if I get to the right spot here, where did it go? Guidelines and expectations. Okay. All right. You have, so this is all the things that you need to have in your ISU. Okay. So you need to confirm your topic with me in a message, and to which I'll say go for it. And then you need to have a magazine cover, a table of contents, an editor's note, a how-to article, 3 feature articles, and feature article really means talking about length. So like it needs to be of a certain length with some photos, and then 3 full-page ads. Okay, so that is the entire contents of the magazine. And in this planning and drafting materials item, you have the how-to on each of these, right? So if I go into feature article, for example, right? It says a feature article is a creative article that deals with real events, issues, and trends. However, unlike straight news articles, it places emphasis on the people involved rather than on the facts in the news. It says there are 7 types of feature articles described on these pages. Most feature articles have elements of more than one kind, but we're not going to be too picky about that. Okay? And this gives you some ideas about how to do them. Okay? The length of a feature article should be about a page typed. Okay, so in a word count, that's usually somewhere in the neighborhood of like 250 or more. And then you should try to include some images if you can. Okay? Oh, look at that. Leanne is here. Oh, Leanne, I was just laughing about, I don't know how often you check EDSB, but here you are. I'm not sure who ASMR Sammy is. Okay, so ASMR Sammy, if you could let me know exactly who you are in my class, that would be helpful. Leanne, how's my volume coming through? Is it good enough, or do I need to hold up the microphone like this? Oh, okay. Miss Ledford, it's nice to see you. Okay. That's okay. When I'm looking at my when I'm looking at the web pages and things like that, uh, I can't see the live chat. So it's all good. So all right, so let me just go back to the ISU here. Okay, so back to the Google Classroom. All right, so if we look through each of these, right, magazine cover. The magazine cover catches attention and provides the content and style flavor of the magazine at a glance. Make a bold statement with your cover and make sure it communicates the contents of your magazine. Big bold title, cover photo, main features listed, price must be attractive, focused, and eye-catching, must appeal to your target audience. Okay? It also lists Canva as a good tool for making your cover, but it's not mandatory that you use it. You can use whatever style works for you. Okay? Okay, that's the rubric, right? So you have 4 different areas that I'm looking at. If you notice that it's saying things like writing is clear and effective above writing is correct, okay? So, but just know that, you know, when you have word processing and you have the ability to do spell checks and things like that, read it out loud to yourself, have someone else read it out loud to you. You'll be able to catch those grammatical errors that even if you don't necessarily know the rules of the, you know, of exactly why it is, if it doesn't sound right to your ear, everybody's grammar is stronger orally than it is written. And so you're going to be able to say, like, that sounds funny. Like, why is that the way that you're choosing to use your words? And then odds are it needs a revision. Okay? So you've got basically knowledge and understanding is following the guides as provided. And the target audience is defined, right? Are you writing for kids? Are you writing for teenagers? Are you writing for adults? Are you writing for people with lots of extra money to spend? You know, things like that. Okay? You're organizing ideas and using evidence to support ideas, meaning that in your feature articles, you know, you're basing it on either your knowledge or actual source materials. And then application is using media in different ways. Okay? Your table of contents lists the features of the magazine and provides page numbers. It needs to appeal to the reader and attract them to its features. It is near the front of the magazine to orient readers. Obviously, it may be hard to assemble this all into one file when you upload it to me, and that's okay, but this will help me piece it together and put it together in the right way. Okay? Provides titles and page numbers for all articles, attracts the interest of the reader, reflects the style of the magazine and appeals to the target audience, is easy to follow, is attractive and decorative. Okay? Okay, and again, Canva offers many options for table of contents. Okay? All right, and again, there's some guidelines if you're choosing to do your magazine cover in Microsoft Word about how to do it. Okay, writing an editor's note. Okay, an editor's note is included in most magazines. The following are characteristics of an editor's note. It is usually in the first few pages of the magazine. It is usually an introduction in the issue from the editor's point of view. It usually takes a personal tone and describes the articles in the issue with a few words about each and about the authors. These can be personal anecdotes that are outside the world of the article, i.e. facts about the author and other about the process of commissioning and publishing the author. Sometimes editors will include stories in putting together the issue. This issue was a bear to produce because of the grizzly that ate her copy editor with a week to go, and so on. So your tasks. So write an editor's note for your magazine. It should meet the following criteria. It should be written in paragraph form. It should describe what your magazine is about. It should describe what you plan to include in your magazine. It should describe why you're interested in and excited about the content of your magazine. And it should be 2 or 3 paragraphs. So in terms of word count, you're looking north of 150 words. Okay? So I'm just going to stop right now. And I just wanted to see how if there was any other questions other than Cameron being tired of listening to me already. I don't blame him at all. I'm going to try to be done in the next 10 or 12 minutes, okay? All right. So, next. Okay, feature articles we already went over. How to write a magazine article. Again, I'm just going to read the highlighted bullets for you, right? Your article must be tailor-made for your target audience. We talked about this a lot in class before we left. This idea that you're writing an article for someone who's 10, 11, 12 years old is different than writing an article for somebody who's old like me. So make sure you're thinking about where exactly it should fall in there, okay? Make sure to choose a topic that you're an expert on or feel interested in. I feel like most people, in terms of their ISU choices, have been doing a good job at picking things they know. Choose interesting angles, okay? Which basically means that, if you're just writing another article about a skateboard, that's not necessarily an interesting approach. Instead, try to blow it out into an interesting perspective that hasn't necessarily been done before. You also have research that you need to do. And then you just follow the writing process as it's outlined, okay? My lovely daughter has a question for me, so give me 1 second. Oh yeah, go. You're not going to be on camera. I'm sitting next to the bathroom, so she wanted to make sure she wasn't going to be on camera. Okay, your print advertisements. They're foundational to magazines. They make up the biggest part of the content and provide the revenue for the publisher. Print ads must be carefully crafted to reach the target audience of the magazine in order to be effective, right? So if you are doing a magazine for kids, it's probably not best to put advertisements for senior medicine or, life insurance or something like that in there. It needs to be based on who it is that they're trying to target, right? So if you have a young kids magazine, you're going to have toy advertisements. If you have a teen magazine, you're going to have things geared towards teens and so on. Okay? All right. So again, it gives you your tasks about how it needs to have 4 of the following elements: a headline, some copy, which is like detailed information around pricing and stuff, illustration of the photo or product, a call to action, contact information, slogan, and logo. Okay? Any missing information must be obvious to the viewer and missing for effect, meaning that if you have left something out on purpose, it must be so that it's meant to engage people. So it should be clear and understanding. So your ad may be for an existing product, but it needs to be an original take, meaning that you can't just go ahead and copy a print ad from something else. Okay? Again, you've got some opportunities to use some other materials or other websites to do that. Okay? So overall, just think about how to pull it all together so that it makes the most sense to you. Anything submitted to me early, basically before lunchtime, a week Thursday, like the whole ISU needs to come in the afternoon of that Thursday. The goal is that if you submit anything to me early, I will return it to you with feedback about how to improve it. Okay? So if you handed it to me and it's great, I'm going to give you, a level 4 mark on it. Beauty, done, move on. If you want to spend some more time on it and revise and improve it, then great, we'll do that too. Okay? But overall, I don't want anybody here to settle for something lower than a 70 because 70 is grade level achievement. Okay? So please, if you're handing in something and I say this is not good enough, it's a 50 plus 1, but it's not good enough, don't settle for that. Okay? Like, you've got time. You're not riding the bus. You're not having to move around. You've got time to do a quick little revision, and the ask on this ISU is not humongous in my opinion. Okay? So keep working on that. Okay? Again, just for anybody who showed up late, I just want to show you one more trick to sort of how I'm organizing this. Okay? So every day there's going to be an item that looks like this one right here, where it says First Stone, chapters 14, 15, and assigned work, but there's nothing actually attached here. The reason why is because there's this item right below where it says all First Stone chapter questions attached. I've been uploading all of them into this one spot, and I'm going to move this tab around each day. That way, everything all stays together. Okay? Right? So you should be 14, 15 chapter right there, which is right about the halfway point of the book. You can submit the work inside the Google Classroom. You can submit it by an Edsby message. Just keep picking away at it. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to upload the last little bit of the First Stone work, like the actual project portion of it, to either later today or tomorrow. We had some network problems where I couldn't access part of my file storage system. Just 2020 being 2020, I guess. And so hopefully that will be resolved today, and I'll be able to upload that as well. The goal is novel study and ISU knocked out of the park today and tomorrow. I'm available on Edsby at all times. Because I am teaching my kids as well, I can't just sit in a Google Meet and wait for you to pop in. I kind of have to do it by appointment only in the interim. But I'm being fairly responsive and quick to respond to things as they come in. So if we need to have like a little video chat or whatever, that's fine. But overall, I feel like so far our communication has been pretty good with everybody. So please continue to get that work done. Continue to pick away at everything that you need to pick away at. And hopefully we'll be done this distance learning business in short order. Okay? So I'm going to hang out on stream for the next few minutes as my foot goes to sleep from sitting on the floor. But overall, that is all I had to share with you this morning. We'll be doing a Google Meet to see how everybody is getting along with all of this. 1:30 today, and Madame G will be there. So I will post the link up there. But otherwise, keep getting that work in. Keep checking in. Send me a message anytime. But overall, I will say adios. Please post any questions in the live chat. Otherwise, to work with you, please. All right. All right, I'm just going to let this live stream until we get to half an hour, which is, we're at 27:30 right now, and then I will end the stream. Okay, so as you disappear, I will say good day. Feel free to say bye so I feel like a human being. I believe we left off somewhere around 10. So go from where you've left off. Okay? If you have to backtrack a little bit, the audiobook is up on the Google Classroom as well, and it will play easily if you just click on it. Okay? What do they say? Peace and chicken grease? I like how I pretend I'm cool, but I'm really not. Bye, Leanne. I hope you enjoyed seeing me stream on YouTube. I think that this is a highly underutilized platform because all the kids know how to watch it. All right. So, hope everybody has a good rest of your day. We'll see you in a Google Meet later today. Okay? Adios.